Happy New Year. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It to You Straight. Live from the East Coast. Awake, alive, and truly blessed. I am so grateful for another day. How about you? This is Venus Day. We'll find out a little bit about Venus and the other heavenly bodies, what is going on when it comes to love and finances. All right. If you have any questions, come on in. And in a world full of, right, speed and constant reaction, stillness is very important. At least once a week, at least once a week, all right? And using your expertise, using your creative, your confidence, your positive attitude, where you find the strength. Let's go ahead and let's tap into this incredible, beautiful, divine source, the spirit of all things, who animates all things and enlivens all life. This is beautiful and luminous intelligence that we all possess inside. All right. Remember, it's time to release and let other people's insecurity, their sadness, their anger have no ties to you. Remember to live fully within your power, rejecting anything not of your highest good. The lesson is learned, and they're barely a memory. It's time to cut and clear the energy. Be free. Start saying these body prayers. Cut and cleanse and release. All right? It's okay to let go. It's okay. I know. Listen, security runs deep, especially when it comes between love, money, my finances. My stability is very important. All right? Remember that your stability is what keeps you grounded. All right? What keeps you grounded. And understanding that not everything is going to have its perfect moments. Not everything is going to have its closure. You make that closure. You close that deal, that door. All right, let that door hit them where the sun don't shine. Please believe in yourself, faith in all you do. Strength and courage is within you. It is Venusian Friday. I just did some shorts, but I like to come on live. And so this is why I'm here. Some people like the affirmations, the petitions, kind of energy, right? The mantras. Some people just like the cards of the day. Some people don't like to know. I don't want to know what's going on. Where's Uranus and Pluto and Mercury and Jupiter? What's Mars at? What's Venus? Which is very important to understand. Hello, Notepad. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, Andrea Hector. Hello, my beautiful spiritual sister family. Sending positive vibes to you as well. Sending positive energy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetie. Let's go ahead with this beautiful Venusian Friday. We love. It's a strong emotion. It's of course the glue, the cohesive that hold all things. And so understanding this incredible life force, okay, and understanding yourself. I think optimism is what keeps us going. The potentiality and our strong personality. If you're a person with bright, big inner energy and a strong life force, this could be basically, take you and shakes you. All right, let go, let go, let go. Oh man, but hey, love has its own reward. Love is this beautiful, incredible thing that we don't really understand. Wow, so it takes us and it blinds us. But this energy is on in Capricorn, so it's not. I'm not gonna lose my head in love, So you might be going through that, and it's gonna give you the opportunity to really see relationships for what they are. And if you're looking for a serious kind of mature, loyal, and goal-oriented love, planet ahead in love, this is what this opportunity is for. Hey, Derek, love and light to you too. Male Taurus here to hang out with y'all. Oh, welcome, Derek. Thank you so much for being here. What are we doing? We are going into the mystic love. All right, looking into that. I'm also going to use the deck of emotions for a little bit. All right. From Aries through Pisces, mystic love. What does it have to say to you? Keep in mind that you have Uranus in Taurus. Keep that in mind. That's going to be ups and downs with money, and especially to the matters when it comes to progressing any ideas in business. So be very careful expect the unexpected. It could bring you some good rewards. But remember that energy is all about the innovation of an idea and also about the implementation of an idea before it's ready to be born. So doing the practical, pragmatic approach and the preparations. Here we go. Oh, you're November 25th, so you're Sagittarius. One more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more. Come on. Aries through Pisces. One more. Thank you. There's regrets here. Aries, somebody is regretting something here. They might want to come back. All right. So you could expect a phone call or somebody saying, or they might not just be saying anything. They regret here. Somebody makes some mistakes. All right. So keep that in mind for today so we can ask questions. Yeah. All right. So November, so we got Scorpio. And then after Scorpio, we have, because Scorpio ends on November. All right, goes all the way to November 20th, I believe 22nd. And so then it goes into Sagittarius, then it goes into Capricorn. So, hey, Andrea, Carlos and Leo already did. All right, Carlos and the Leo. All right, so let's go ahead. If you have a question, go ahead and put it. All right, this is the new beginning. It's a new beginning. All right, so don't reveal yourself unless somebody, and I always tell, showing you genuine interest. All right, remember that Uranus is in the house of value. All right, money, between money and love. All right, so do you get both? All right, so what you hold to be so important to you, your values. All right, hold things back until you know they're really serious. All right. There's a preconception about what you don't know, leading to misunderstanding. Stop assuming that your person is not a mind reader. Let's go ahead, friends. Influences. Taurus, they friends could be influencing the relationship or your friends, all right? Or it could be both, all right, Taurus? So if you're asking yourself, what is going on? They friends. Could be your friends. They asking you to choose here, Taurus, all right? They friends. You already know, but listen, this is something that we know. That's it. It could be your friends. You choose between me and your friends. You know, when we let our friends influence our relationship, what works for you, for them, works for them. It doesn't work for you. This is what happens. You know, the downside, because when you get the Hierophant, we're looking at when not only our religious leaders, right, or our teachers, they could be friends, that things that they teach, that they know things. Everybody's relationship is different. Especially when it comes to relationships and marriage, and that often leads to restrictions and disappointments because our teachers could come in forms of family, friends, social, society, all right? And soon, when something is not working, we examine our beliefs, you know, something that we hold to, all right? So let's go ahead. And we all deal with that. Gemini, there's lies and keeping secrets, all right? Either you're keeping secrets or they're keeping secret. But the thing is here that you got Mercury, your ruling planet. And that energy, you got to understand everything you engage in, right? If you don't do anything, you got to move your energy so you can learn that you are connected to so many other things, that things just don't happen for nothing. All right. If you want to, you know, like basically it's telling you two things. Don't explain yourself if you already did. If you keep in lies, it's okay, because guess what? You got Mercury in Sagittarius, and that's the truth seeker. All right. So you might be now, I want to know the truth. This is a very strong, opinionated kind of energy. All right, but it's also tolerant as well. It respects other people's points of view. All right, and maybe they're keeping the secrets. It's not a lie. It's just it's like you don't tell people everything about you. All right, so this is a very contradicting energy. All right, so because this is all about broadening your perspectives. All right, seeing things in more of a positive kind of energy. All right, so just keep that in mind. Is it a lie? Is it the truth? A lot of times when we get into relationships, we don't express everything. We don't reveal everything. All right. And then like a year later too. Oh, but I didn't know that. Sometimes we don't have time to discuss those things. Like you don't tell people everything about you. All right, this is where the mystery. Are they lying? And now, once you're with them and you keep catching them alive, like, are you going to make that final decision? All right. Are you going to keep asking the same questions? Are you going to keep investing your energy where you cannot grow with this person? All right. So this is the any interaction is going to be filtered through the truth. Once you make that decision, you use your final decision. This is where you continue. All right. So a lot of times we have to learn how to honor our energy and set healthy boundaries. All right. Engage where there is respect and growth, and release what no longer serves our peace. Honor your energy. All right. One of the most important things is not win or lose. It's about like if you throw in the towel, it's using your discernment, it's walking away. All right. Anything that is not aligning is not flowing with you. We don't want to let go. We rather fight it to the end. And this is, we use all that strength, when we try to change somebody or make them become like us. I mean, I could go on and on this energy, and so we need to use more of our intuition. And so our words, the way we speak, the way we think, so we really got to change our energy focus. Let's go ahead. All right. So is it keeping secrets? Is it lying? Or why they're not telling me things? You don't need to know everything. Just put it that way. Let's go ahead to relationship connection for you. Cancer. So now the relationship connection comes out a lot. All right. Reconnecting, staying connected to this person. Why am I connected to this person? When I'm in a relationship, what is the connection like? So this is all understanding that you don't have to do everything together. Understanding the freedom. Like if you're in a relationship, what is the freedom that it's bringing you to be your true authentic self? I want to be in a relationship where I could be my true self, that I don't have to know your every move. All right. I don't have to be connected to the hip. And this is what happens. Good morning, Celine. I don't have to be stuck to the hip. I want to be in a relationship where I'm comfortable, where they're doing their own thing, and I'm okay when we come together. We respect boundaries, especially if you're trying to set, uh, invisible boundaries. So, and internal, you tell to yourself. All right. So when it comes to sovereignty, wisdom, and self-respect, it's not a weakness. It's admitting. So when we admit some things, and we get strong, we get more empowered. Not to be in a relationship where I got to be connected every day, every day, every day. No, you got to do your thing. All right. We lose ourselves. Not Taurus, Venus, Capricorn energy. It's all about, I'm not going to lose my head in a relationship. All right. I'm going to do the deliberate, the intentionality. All right. So I'm not going to go with, I might not be so spontaneous, concerned about, because this energy is all concerned about how other people see me. So you might be experiencing that as well. I'm going to plan ahead in love. All right, I'm going to save here. I'm going to have the strong sense of duty to my partner. All right, very selective energy. Let's go ahead. When it comes to Leo. Leo, hooking up, one night stand. Leo, a lot of times you get the fool, and the fool is, they might see you not as a person they want a long-term commitment, but if they do commit in the long term, all right, they're going to be faithful to you. All right. If you're looking for a serious relationship, all right, uh, this is hard one. All right. You might have a friend that you keep hooking up, one night stand, and it works for you. All right. Or you might be with in a marriage where you hook up every once in a while and it feels like a one night stand just to, you know, so that, works. I'm going to leave it there. It is what it is. All right. So every time you get the fool, this is about a sexual partner who's more than a one night stand, but one who we do not want to form a long term romantic relationship with. All right. So, all right. Keep that in mind if you're trying to look for long term relationship here. All right. Hey, it works. Maybe sometimes, we got to find our prince. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. Virgo, let's go ahead, Virgo. Virgo, the grass is greener. Possibilities. With your multiple choices here, all right? When it comes to love, being the grass being greener on the other side, it's like the Seven of Cups. Having a look, right, in the cusp. I'm in the cusp of getting there, this euphoric. I'd rather have the imagining the love of what it is. Or maybe you left, Maybe you left and a lot of times we do that. We think the grass is greener on the other side, and it's not. And then you want to come back. All right. when it comes to love, there could be a lot of offers, and you probably get carried away with the emotion of it, the feeling of it. Just make sure to really take time to be still here. All right, because we living in a world that's addicted to speed and constant reaction, and sometimes we think that everything's better over there, but then we want to, so just be mindful of this. All right, it could be a person that left you. It could be you one in a different relationship, or it's just, it is what it is. Let's go ahead to Libra. Libra, competition. You got the other woman, Libra. And what do we say about competition? This person has haughty behaviors because the peacock has beautiful colors. All right, it's a beautiful bird. All right, it's admired. It has a stuff of importance. The feathers are, a little bit more pristine. All right. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone too. Let's go ahead to Scorpio. Scorpio, between the lines, look for what's hidden. It's that simple. Before we go on to these extremes of black and white thinking, right? So we go from this point to this point. If we say I'm in a good my person, because this is about love, my person is either really really bad or they really really good. All right. So if they're really really good, how they got really really good, and if they're really really bad, so you got to look in between here. And what I mean by that is the way they were raised, the people that were in their life. You're right, because we're looking at the influences. We got to look between the lines before we go through these extremes. I don't want to be with them. They really mean or they really bad. No, they both. You just get to have the experience. Okay, so just look between what's hidden. Look between the lines. Okay, don't choose sides. See in the middle what happened. So it's a story. We all got a story. All right. So how to, if they bad, so how to just to try to stay in the center of it without choosing, and seeing their true self. We all got these things that we come with. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that there. Let's go ahead to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, anxiety and worry here when it comes to love. What's giving you anxiety? What brings a lot of strong emotion? Let's go ahead to Capricorn. Capricorn, keeping your peace when it comes to love. Today, you choose peace. So when we make this internal decision here, I no longer invest my energy where I cannot grow. Of course, if you cannot grow with a person, because one thing about Capricorns when it comes to love, and then you having Venus there, this is seeking predictability, success through practicality, strategy, and patience. All right. So your energy is all about the practical or the material. So choosing that, having that peace with yourself, because you might come off as a person that you lack warmth and spontaneity, but you could be romantic as well, right? But at the same time, you got to understand that you could be a little concerned what others think and see of a relationship and valuing those things, all right? Seriously, mature, loyal, goal oriented, so all right. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead to Aquarius. Aquarius, hurting and agonizing in pain, whether you or your person, and Pisces, reconciliation and rebuilding. So you could be Pisces, pretty sure, Pisces today, or in the next couple of days, Pisces, you will be reconciliation and rebuilding. I am so sure about that. So what you want to do is remember that reconciliation requires, all right, communication, not just the bed. You could have sex, but then what happens? You think you're gonna reconcile? You're gonna get back with this person, right? You have to have this passion. This is a lot of passion here. Do you rebuild from sex, or do you rebuild from having the conversation, being honest about what you really want in a relationship? Okay, because if this is gonna bring you, satisfaction in the bedroom, and then this is gonna leave you empty. So if you're looking for love, all right, how do you reveal? And then we look at that trust. All right. So for the collective, non-committed and independent, if you're not committed here, if you're independent, and you got your finances and your mind on your money, keep going, keep growing. Don't predict. All right, your person, like if you don't really know if why is the person with you, unless somebody's showing you again true intentions here, genuine interest. All right, hold back, hold back. That's just it. Don't reveal too much, and that's pretty much it. Don't reveal too much. Cats, dogs, smile. Let's go ahead. Can dogs smile? That's the question they want me to ask. That's the question. If you have a question, come on in when it comes to love. Love, why does it hurt? What brings us, because I get a lot of insecurity, and a lot of us don't really understand the insecurity. We don't really understand it because we don't really be around people that understands a lot of its wisdom. So insecurity, it runs deep because it says to you, anybody that is not in a stable, supportive, uh, everything is about mutual to be willing to work through the relationship. So when you get insecure in a relationship, when the foundation is not strong, right? Because really, insecurity is not about how I look. It projects that, but that's not what it is. It's not what it is. It makes you feel like that, like I'm not good enough because the foundation is not secure. So of course you're gonna start looking at other things. It's not about you looking in the mirror. You got to be this perfect. It's not about that. I'm sorry. All right, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's gonna make you feel like that. You're gonna project that. Is it me? Is it how I look? They're probably not ready. All right. No, LOL. Who said, oh, can dogs smile? Yes. Oh, you guys are answering the can dogs smile. So relationships that are make you feel insecure, it's not about how you look. It's not about your eye color. It's not about your hair. It's not about none of that. It could be the person is not ready. All right? You got to understand that everybody has their own dreams. They might not ready to commit. And that leaves you with insecurity. You might think in the outside, it's me. Oh, I got to change. No. No. There's no trust there. And especially when you get that 5. When you get that 5, you already know there's changes that need to happen. And when we get into that energy, we got to start withdrawing the energy, with clarity and self-respect. Self-respect is trusting on you, your abilities, that you can make it on your own. All right? And so that's one of the most important things that I really want to share here. All right? I'm going to stop engaging with growth. It's no longer possible, but we come back, right? Because of the hope, not the person, right? What's hardest for us to release is not the person, it's the hope that they will change. All right. So today I'm asking you to allow yourself to grieve the potential, the version that you imagine, the effort. Okay. Give that a free. Okay. So let's go ahead. If anybody has any question when it comes to love, understanding love itself, right? So anybody has a question? If not, I think do I got what's the tea? I got what's the tea in the house when it comes to love. I already did the mystic love, understanding, love. Maybe a person is broke, You got to look at their past, and we don't find that on later on when we're already in love. I didn't know this about this person. Of course. We all keep secrets. It's not that we lie, it's that we don't tell what doesn't need to be known. Everybody, they have things that they're dealing with, trauma and drama. You think you want to be in a relationship, they dump all this stuff on you. All right, remember, we all carry trauma and drama. And once we in the relationship, once we love them, damn, I didn't think it would be like that. I didn't think it was going to be like this. That takes us, and then, oh, they lied. They didn't lie. So they didn't tell you the things because it's not important. A lot of times being in a connection, being wanted, being needed, we're here to connect. We're not here to perfect. We're here to connect. We're here to work through the issues. You got your problems. You come back with your trauma and your drama when you was little. Forget about that. What about your friends? And then they come in with their stuff. And we look at that, but we want to run so quick because we are told, yeah, you need to have this by this age. You need to do this by this age. But life doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And so when we try to have this perfect white picket fence, it don't work like that. I'm sorry. And you could go through this. You're going to go through it. Whoa. All right. Working with the person, why, and looking at the pros and cons after the fact. because we jump into bed. We try to get over the person with the next person, and it doesn't work. It don't work. It don't work, and we try to, man, what am I doing wrong? All right. The only thing that we're doing wrong is try to love somebody that doesn't understand love, and love is both. All right. So, do I free myself? You know, and do I free them, or do I give in? So we constantly between those two. Hey, Nafi's mommy 7. Oh, I like that number. All right. So understand that it happens, you know. So when we're in a beneficial mutual relationship and we're both willing to work it out, we're gonna stick to the commitment. That is the most important thing. Like, are you willing to commit and accept? You know, we could commit. No, I don't accept that. I didn't know that you was like that. Don't be taken by surprise. Lena, you don't know if dogs can smile? Anyway, so just remember that, you know, we all get taken by surprise. I didn't know this person was like that, you know. Surprise. They came here to teach you something. So as you move forward with this full moon that'll be happening tomorrow, 503 in Cancer, right? And you start going through these changes, let them carry their own insecurity, let it not project on you. All right. If you're looking to cut cords, you could do it. Yes, I think they can. Oh, you think they can? Lena says she doesn't know. All right. Listen, fall in love like you never fall in love before. Love because it's gonna happen anyway. All right. Be discerning. A lot of times we walk away. You know, it's not failure. You know, so when we remember that growth requires mutual willingness. So if we are silent, that's a complete sentence, and walking away is not failure, it's discernment. All right. But you know, but then it's like that's what connections is about. It's about falling in love. I want you to love me. I remember when I wanted my person to love me. Man, I wanted them to love me so bad. And I'm like, why don't you love me? Yeah. 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 We all are broken. So yeah, we all. I remember that. I'm like, man, I love this person so much. And they didn't, I'm talking about in the 90s. They didn't come to love me well, I'm talking about the 90s to 2008 or 9. So it took like 15 years or 20, something like that. No, yeah, 15. But I got it. I got them to say it. And that was it. After that, I'm like, ugh, you could go. That was it. It's that sometimes you want to hear it, you know? Yeah, but when you want somebody to love you because you love them so much, or what you think is love is sex, but you could vibe with a person and be so, oh my God, and they feel like your best friend. So I get it. I understand. All right? And so, oh shoot, I think let me take this out. Right? I want you to love me. Yeah, I've been there, so I know. I understand it. All right? And they told me they love me 15 years later. I was on and off, on and off, on and off. And then once I heard it, I was like, I wanted my ego. Yeah, my ego had to be stroked. I forgot that I didn't know that the personality that I had, because of what people told me about myself, that had a lot of influence over me. I didn't know. Yeah. I had an unhealthy ego. I needed that. So when you understand the narcissist, we make the narcissist, what they call the narcissist. We understand that they projecting everything because of what people tell them about themselves. They need that. All right. And they thrive on that. We got to understand that. So I don't really use the narcissist. All right. So when people say, oh, you're a narcissist. Not that I'm a narcissist. Is that I'm talking about when people tell us, this is what we understand. The personality, other people create your personality. It's not you. When you look in the mirror, all right, you see a reflection of who you are on the outside. That doesn't match with you are in the inside. It doesn't. So everything I was looking, I'm like, but that's not what I see when I look in the mirror. That's what other people see. You understand? You got to really understand that. And you know, you got this incredible, beautiful heart, but when people see you, they see something else. You know. Yes, I had a beautiful smile. I had beautiful teeth. I had a big butt. I had a nice waist. All right. When I blew my hair out, beautiful, you know, and that's what people seen. But when I look in the mirror, I I seen that, but I'm like, and I felt different inside. You know, I felt awkward, weird. I like to have fun. I'm funny, you know, and I couldn't be myself. What I'm telling you is you want to be in a relationship where you could be yourself, where you don't got to be, oh, you so weird and you so corny, you know. And so that's what this energy is all about. Being free, the freedom in your relationship. It's not about you doing whatever you want. It's about being free in a relationship to express yourself and to be who you truly are without hiding who you really are. That's what a lot of this energy talks to me about. You understand? And I went through that. And so I'm like, I can't be myself. I got to be this perfect person. And it takes a lot of work, and it drains you when you got all these other parts of you, you know, and you go, oh, no, I can't be like that because they're looking at me. Man, that puts a really, really hold on you. Yeah, it really drains you. And it doesn't happen till later on. We put so much importance on the way we look outside. It's good. Get your hair done, your nails. You want to look your best, of course, you know. But that's not all there is to you. The makeup only hides some things, you know. To be truly authentic in a relationship that allows you to express, that's beautiful. You know, that's a beautiful thing. And that's what we want to strive for. That you could sit there honestly and not what people think the way you should look, you know. No, we don't want that. I'm sorry. And this is where we at. This is where everybody's at. So when we look at that energy, and I'm not gonna use that word anymore, hopefully not for a long time, the way people perceive you, that gives you personality. And you live on that. You thrive on that. If you don't hear this, that makes you angry. Why are you not looking at me? Oh, he must be this or he must be gay. No, you know, that's just a couple of people or people that you're with that sees you like that. It's not all about that. That's a beautiful quality to have, right? And a lot of times we withdraw when life stops feeling alive. We get bored. So a lot of times when you get the Ten of Swords, we're withdrawing. At our worst, I withdraw when I get bored. I easily withdraw when life stops feeling alive. All right? Hey, Michelle Gaylor, how you doing? All right, so understanding and working through those difficult moments, when we surrender, when we stop explaining ourselves, right? When we use our final internal decision to make that quiet decision, I no longer invest energy where I cannot grow. Now, if they come back, or if you with a person that you have a lot of disagreements, how do I heal it? Do I move forward? Because we get stuck in the 5. All right. And so that's one of the things that I want to talk about, right? And yeah, how do I fix it? Because then we get stuck. Everybody, we all stuck in the 5. All right. I got stuck in the 5 for, I don't even know, 17 years. 17 years. Wow. Now, what this happened? You know, when we don't have no family supporting us, we don't have no mentors, no teachers, there's no mother or father, there's nobody that's good that's going to offer us the guidance, the support. You know, we don't have no kind of spirituality. Religion tells you one thing, science tells you something else. And we get right there in the middle. Wow, what should I do? What should I choose? How should I move in my life? And so we get that influence and we don't know. And oh yeah, just do this. And our friends give us tools that work for them. It might not work for you. You know, every soul here has its own journey. You got your own sacred, unique vibration. And as you frequent through life, and if you do that more, you get that more. So changing that frequency, tuning out, you know, it's like changing the channel in yourself. All right. I went through that with my husband's family. Yeah. Yeah. But we don't have no support, you know, so we don't know where to start. We don't know. You know, the least we could do is, man, but we know we want to love. We know, you know, sex and love, it complicates things. Well, what we think is love. Is it love? It's just sex. You know? Yeah, so we're going to, man, I'm like, man, am I cursed? That's one of the things I say. Am I cursed? Man, I don't want to be around this person no more. Yeah. And it takes years later until you realize, you know, man, I got to cut this cord. But there's some things that I got to say that I haven't said, you know. So understanding a little bit of that and our words, how could they affect us, and how to admit defeat You know, because everyone has a time in their life when they're out to admit defeat. Okay, whether it's in your love life, how you handle your money, how you handle your friendships, or something else in your life, right? And so there's really a point where what you could do for yourself, right? A favor to admit when you hit a wall, and we don't want to do that. Nah, I'm not throwing because I'm gonna keep going, right? When we throw in the towel, all right. And so when we admit defeat and stop trying to do something, especially after repeated attempts, all right, and persistent failure, all right. So when you realize that the effort is no longer worth your while or it's effective, you have to. This is when you say, "Wow," all right. How do I admit defeat? Because I don't want to seem like a failure, all right. It's not failure, all right. It's your self-respect. It's your sovereignty. It's not weakness. So just remember that releasing what no longer serves me, right? And this serves my effort. Engaging where there's no growth, there's no more possibilities there. And stepping back to preserve my energy. How do I surrender defeat? How do I admit to it? All right, I'm defeated. This is not growing. And how to just go and what the steps that I should take. And that's what I want to speak about today. As we go into the What's the Tea, if you have a question, come on in, ask your question as I move forward. All right, not to get your energy stuck. How do I affirm things? Petitions, prayers is very important because you are communing. All right, God is going to give you that strength. God is out there and it's inside of you. So we need both. All right, just like angels, they're within you and they're outside of you. All right. They speak through synchronicities, of course, numbers, people, circumstances, decisions, and everybody has their own sacred vibration. Meaning that if you're doing something from a Pisces standpoint and you're Aries, it's not going to work for you. All right? So I'm going to share some of that wisdom here. A lot of us have been doing affirmations and prayers according to other people's energy, and we can't do that. This is why things haven't been flowing. So I want to bring that for each zodiac sign as we move forward. All right? That is not working. And you'll be like, wow. So it's very important to be careful with the energy that is not fitting your flow. Okay? Be more assertive. Be more gentle. Not holding on. Letting go. Aries through Pisces, the T for today. All right? And shifting your energy focus, naming your pattern privately, and asking yourself honestly here. All right? If you keep having the same conversations and that you do it repeatedly with no change, you know? That is the time that the flags should go up. Here we go, one more. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Man, this comes out a lot. All right? Somebody is moving and somebody's hitting the jackpot. All right, let me go again. we have some stuff. Woo! Let's go ahead one more. Aries through Pisces. What's the T for today? I did a 16-second short. By the time I talk, I can just go in here. One more here. Thank you. I like to do the whole introduction. I'm not mechanical anyway, so that don't work for me. All right? The divine source, they want me to be magical. I got too much magic inside of me. So you probably will never see me I do stick to one and it's short. I'm not gonna tell. I don't. I just don't. We got too much. I got too much magic. I got too much personality to come in there with just a mechanical, because that make you feel like you're just stuck, stagnant. That's not what spirituality is about. It's about being brilliant and enjoying and embracing all different energies. So it don't work for me. So I don't want you to expect that from me when you see me in your readings. Please don't. All right. I might come with something different. All right. That's just how energy moves. Energy doesn't get stuck. We constantly moving. Here we go. One more. I'm not a robot. Not yet, anyway. Here we go. We're not robots. We are made of flesh and blood. Here we go. One more. Aries. T for today. Thank you. Thank you. One more. Oh, shit. Thank you. Wow, Aries. One more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. All right. Sometimes there's just nothing. Sometimes there's just nothing. All right. Aries ignoring. Today somebody's gonna ignore you or you're gonna ignore them. The voice messages or the texts, avoiding messages, giving the silent treatment. If you want to share anything here, Aries, you're here, Andrea. All right? You could be ignoring somebody or somebody could be ignoring you. But because you're here, right? You're still here. All right? This is what we do. So, no more over-explaining. All right? I'm replacing that with silence. The energy shifts. All right? I already share my perspective. You're ignoring him. Yeah, it comes out. You're here, right? I already shared my perspective. I'm comfortable with my decision. I don't have no more to add. No follow-up, no clarification. Good for you. Let's see who it is because I'm curious. All right? So you ignoring him, huh? It comes up quick. Oh, boy, oh, boy. One more. Let's see who it is. If I got time, I come here and to the tab. Now I'm going to keep going. You know, when you set invisible boundaries, you don't have to announce your boundaries to enforce them. You just silent. All right? Responding less often. Okay? Skipping familiar arguments. Okay? Not correcting the misunderstanding. Choosing peace over closure. Not negotiating. I'm non-negotiable. It is what it is, right? I mean, how long do you give that though? Do you do it for a year and that's it, right? Because we gotta really look when we get to 5. Do we do it for a year, and if we do it for 5 years, that's a damn too long, right? So there's something, you know, that's really hard. That's really hard when we get to that 5. That 5 ain't no joke. That 5 ain't no joke. That 5 is just whew. That 5 will take you. That it all determines on that 5, baby. Because we're looking at tradition, non-tradition energy. All right. One more. Let's see who that is ignoring. It could be left. It could be also for somebody else here. That is not you. Okay. So if you've been ignoring, if you've been left messages on red, or maybe you're the one that's sending messages. Aries. Okay. You have a Knight of Swords. You have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for some of you. This person might be thinking there is a Sagittarius here. All right. For you, Sagittarius. For other people that are in this energy, we got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be a father. It could be a mom. It could be a brother or sister. It could be family for some of you. You don't want to be bothered. All right. Because normally this energy about collaborating, working, to building something real. All right? And so the 9 of Swords here represents things that are, like, listen, what they telling you, seriously, Aries, seriously but fun. I don't want you to take yourself so serious, but serious enough. So we got to work between, you know, authoritarian and kind. So we take ourselves serious, but not that serious that we lose the perspective. All right. You always want to keep an open mind because you got Sagittarius energy here. All right. And this is the non-traditional values. There's something here, but don't set problems to the side thinking that they're going to go away. All right. There's been a lot of stuff, rumors, and it's been a lot of chaos. All right. So you got the 9 of Swords. So knowing when to stop, because this energy is a very decisive kind of energy, but it's an energy that comes in and it takes you by surprise. All right. And you'll be like, wow. All right, so stopping this kind of, you know, let's go, come, you know. You understand the Knight of Swords? The Knight of Swords is a moving, think kind of fast energy. I want to go ahead, clarify things, but when it's done in this energy, right, because it thinks last. It asks no questions, but it's short-lived, all right? So keep that in mind. I mean, when it comes to sex, it goes somewhere else. Ooh, child. And we're not there. All right, so there you got Sagittarius energy here. Towards the Capricorn energy, and you're looking into the commitment, but again, the 5 represents changes. All right, this is there's a lack of discipline and order where we could be so impulsive doing and expressing things and then we regretting them later. All right, this is also a freedom kind of energy, a need for adventure. All right, so when we're not basically properly controlled with that energy, so there could be a lot of problems here when we do things impulsively. All right. I wonder how he felt when we had a serious conversation about us. Uh, he might be. I don't know. I mean, if that's the question that you want to ask, all right. Because I feel like here when we get the a lot of times when you get that temperance is I'm gonna put my best foot forward of thinking about is that thinking about commitment, but I don't wanna I'm very careful. You gotta understand Uranus. I mean not Uranus. Well, Uranus in your second house of value, money, the comforts. But then you gotta look at you gotta look at what you have to look at where listen, one thing about Venus and Capricorn is gonna give you the opportunity to plan. This is planning. All right. This probably appeared to lack warmth and spontaneity. We all going through that, okay? This is about value and serious, mature, loyal goal. They're looking at the goal, planning ahead in love, but saving at the same time. This is a strong sense of duty to my partner, okay? This is selective and reserving love and with pleasures and pastimes. When we look at Venus, what it could bring you from that. All right, because this is all about seeking predictability. Normally, I don't really care. And then we got Mercury and Sagittarius. I want to seek the truth. I want to know now. So you're always going to have this pull back and forth. That the energy is not easy losing my head in love. It's not that they don't want you. It's not that they don't think about it. But this is carefully planning. I'm not losing my head in love because I have to focus. I only gonna because this remember they're all about focusing on the price, on the end goal. All right, and they're all about doing the practical work now so they could be successful later to set the nest egg for the future. All right, it's not a very romantic energy. Not until the energy moves forward, which is gonna be very Venus when it does goes into Aquarius is gonna give you more in my head about it. You see. All right. And then you're going to keep going with that energy. That's it. You see it. All right. It's hard to understand because you used to giving. Yeah. So how do I do with it? How do I basically have this concrete? How do I make it real? All right. How do I stick to this? Commitment. This is all about commitment. No matter what energy happens, no matter what's outside of our influencing us, we stick to the commitment to make it work. All right? No matter what happens. So you got to bring that to their attention. All right? When we surrender ourselves and we find freedom and not giving in, right? And because this is an emotion too. We're talking about between the material side of life and money, and also, well, that's the material side, right? Money, working, right? Maybe want to work more and they don't understand that doing the looking at the long term because they're not looking at long term. They doesn't look at it looks at now what I can fix now. All right, not really quick fixes. No, it's not doing that. But and then you got Mercury and Sagittarius, where that energy is all about moving forward. All right, and this is a love of learning, broadening my horizons. So when that movement is in the house of Sagittarius, it's broadening, but it's moving the energy fast. Okay, I'm gonna seek the truth and I'm gonna move forward. So you got a little bit of that, all right? And which is very, very hard, So we saying the gods, like one of the Aquarius ladies that came in, she said the gods are playing with us. Are we gonna get it right? Are we learning? All right. So sticking, like anybody that's choosing to stick to the commitment when a lot of us don't really want to commit because we are scared of the security. We want to have everybody wants to have security. All right, in a relationship. I think at most anything, that's what it really secure that you love me, secure that we're gonna make it, secure that we're gonna have the house, the white picket fence, the money. We all need that. We need that. That's at the core of everything. More than anything else, more than love itself, right? Because you just can imagine there's a lot of people that they homeless and they stay together. They don't care where they sleep, where they at. Love will really overpower you until you look 5 years later. Man, I haven't grown with you. I'm still in the street. That's when your perspective starts changing. Wow, no, you understand? So that's at the core of everything: security, stability, security, and by having that discipline and focus. All right, when we lack discipline and order, so those should be more of you understand? With their eye, they smile with their eyes. Hey, little Bakalia Maka. All right, so just looking at that, and yeah, can dogs smile? So sticking to it. Are we gonna stick? We're gonna make this commitment to stick to it and to accept each other. Accept and commit. Hello, sis. What's up? Lobaka Loba Kahiaka Maka Oyate. I like that name. That's like oh, you got an Indian tribe. What tribe you from? I love that. All right, so that's what's the tea. I'm gonna shuffle again. All right. Look what's at the bottom. Look what's at the bottom. You seen that, right? Andrea, you seen that, right? You're welcome, sweetie. If you have a question, Taino. Oh, you're Taino. Arawa, Kawak, and Kat. Wow. See, I want to learn that. I want to learn that energy. You seen that, right? The rose, the picture, everything. We got to take some time. You know, I think a year is good enough. Yeah, I think a year. Some people go on long. You know, hey, it's up to you. You want to keep going, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with it. You get tired eventually. You missing out on something else? Are you in control? Are the gods in control? When we look at that wheel of fortune, the four sentient beings, the Yahwehs, we understand the gods are really playing with me. Come on, come on. They need you for you. You got to do. There's something that you have to do that you haven't done it. All right. Venus is all about bringing you the harmony. She brings you the harmony. Today's that day. All right. Let's go ahead with Taurus. Taurus, what's the tea for today? If I see something crude, uninterested. The tea today that you have an impersonator. Somebody wants your life, copies your style, obsessed with being you. I also put uninterested too. So we got the Michael Jackson syndrome. And a lot of people, and Michael Jackson was a Virgo, could be a Virgo, Taurus that's not interesting, all right? Or they copy your style, right? Obsessed with being you. So be mindful of that, all right? So you got a Virgo, because, you know, Michael Jackson, August the 28th, okay? I think that's his, yeah, August. So he's a Virgo. Okay, or Gemini here. Be mindful again. Somebody that was uninterested was going to ask you for a ride or go out. Make sure that you're not, like, if you're not interested in this person, oh, you're still dating. Good. Just date. What do you do at this point? Date. You know, let's not play with nobody's emotions. Remember, that's going to come back to you. So you have uninterested here, but you have here impersonator. All right, Taurus. This is the Peter Pan syndrome. Have a little fun. It's okay. You know, spirituality is not about being serious, it's about being on fire, being passionate, follow your dreams, you know, connect to the universal energy, to the divine source, and just keeping that hope alive. But, you know, being mindful, you know, man, this is not working. You said you're still dating, have fun, date, okay? Out with the old, throwing the garbage out. Out with the old, in with the new. That's it. We all doing it. All right, out with the old, and welcoming new energy. Let's go ahead on to, so Taurus got 2. Let's go ahead to Gemini. Gemini, you got the same thing yesterday. Unbothered. Unbothered. What does unbothered mean? I don't have time. You're feeling very empowered. I'm gonna choose my peace over proving a point. I withdraw my energy with clarity and self-respect. I'm releasing what's not worth my time and that serves my effort. Good for you. I step back and preserve my strength. I stop engaging where growth is no longer possible. This is what I like. Unbothered. All right. Self-respect, not weakness. when you admit defeat, that's good, because when you admit defeat, right? You know, you understand that you made mistakes. You know, there's friendships, there's money, love, right? You're doing yourself a favor here. All right, I'm done. You stop trying to do something. Hey, always loving seven. Hi, how you doing? You stop doing something that you know, after repeated attempts. So that's it. All right. We don't get this way for nothing. No, because we all want to connect. We're here to connect. All right. At some point, you know, after repeated attempts and persistence, it's not failure. It's all about, right, choosing peace again, right? My self-respect, honoring how I feel, and freedom over giving in. I'm doing sweet. I'm doing good, sweetie. Happy Friday. Happy Venusian Day, and Happy New Year. Let's go ahead with Cancer. Cancer, you got the same thing yesterday, Cancer, when I did the shorts. Uh, into you, good chemistry and great vibes. You got this yesterday, Cancer. Your person is into you. Period. All right. Came out again. It came out in the shorts, and I shuffled the whole thing for the whole energy here, right? Okay. So this person is into you. Could be a new person, or it could just be you with one of your kids, just right, having good vibes. It could be, you know, but we're talking about you know, the other person. All right, good chemistry, great vibes, and pure. This is what we want: pure intentions. All right. So this, yes, this person is into you. I did it in the shorts. If you got it there, you get it here. This person, that's pure intentions, not what we do when the chemistry changes. Understanding where, right? Because this is all about me. This is a very serious, mature, loyal. You guys got goal oriented energy, so I like that. All right, especially Venus and Capricorn. I'm seeking predictability, and that's beautiful. Could be an old lover, it could be a new person, just learning how to know each other again. All right, let's move forward. Pure intention. Remember that, you know, vibes are gonna change. All right, just remember that. Yo, they in a, you know, they vibe are low, they high. You know, just learn how to deal with the settling the indifferences, right, peacefully, and it's okay to overcome our challenges. We overcome challenges, but when we stick to the commitment to make things work, not to practical solutions, what's going to work now. When you're dealing with a practical sign like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they're willing to fix little at a time. All right. Even though they don't have the long term view, they can't see that far ahead because of their practical nature. They are willing. Yeah, they got that in their shorts. They're willing to continue. This is what makes them different from the rest, because they could continue to put the effort, you know, and they find ways. They can't. That's why they call it. They because remember they earth. They're all about growth, right? It's like grass it runs the planet, just like water has 70. Right. Anyway, so if I start speaking about land and grass and all this stuff, all right. So understanding the water, the flow with it. So what? One thing about earth signs that makes them so grounded, or they could become stubborn. That's good. All right, because they stick to it. Their commitment. They're willing to make it work. They're gonna fix it. They're gonna find some way, and they masters at it. And that's what makes them one of the most amazing. That's what separates them from the rest, right? That they find ways to make things, to stick things back. It's like breaking a glass. You give it to an earth sign, they could put it together. They got practical magic. You know, we all got water magic, fire magic, water, earth, all right, air magic, which is flowing, right? And right, because it moves. It's practical. It's physical because you can see it. It moves other things. All right, so that's great. So understanding your elements and cleaning those energies is good. So understanding the practical, you know, deliberate, intentional, pure. All right, I'm gonna make it work, and this is why they stick. This is why their marriages last really, really long, and they commit to making it work. They're gonna stick to it. All right, and they're gonna always try to find a way to make it work. All right, it doesn't have to be another earth sign, but you know that's the energy. Always think like that. Practical, pragmatic approach. Take things slowly. All right, find the solutions, and always try to, even because it's not all, you got to understand, when a glass breaks and you have big pieces, you can stick them back together, but those little small imperfections, those things, you go fix a vase, you go buy a new piece and fix it. Those little small imperfections, don't worry about those things. All right, those are lessons you're learning. All right, always think about life like that. If a glass breaks, you're not gonna always put other pieces back together. It don't work like that. That's not how life works. Okay, you replace, you get more tools, right? As you get older, your shoes, you don't wear the same shoes your whole life. We're understanding that, all right? I'm trying to throw a couple of different analogies, all right? Let's go ahead to Leo. Leo, clout hungry, viral or nothing, lives for attention, makes sugar honey iced tea up for drama. This could be you, or this could be a person. Uh, Leos I know to be very spontaneous. They're very powerful, bright energy, strong life force, very optimistic, very right, positive energy. Uh, so one of the things, well, we here performing, right? We all have this performance, but you don't have to make stuff up for the likes to go viral. All right, that isn't being dishonest. So I know one lady I used to watch. She was a Leo, and anyway, let me leave. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. Never mind. All right, so you don't have to make stuff up to go viral. If you live for attention and drama, we're gonna work on the personality here and why, why it's necessary for that. And I know. All right, I know. Everybody went away. Anybody. All right. You don't have to make stuff up for drama. All right. When you told that that's the only way to make money or to live for the drama, but then when we get so addicted to the drama, because we are living in the world, right? Because man, I want to go in on this energy when we look at stillness, to be really still and let life happen. All right. So that timely counterpoint, when we reframe stillness, not as an inaction, but as an awareness, all right, to modern life, how it works. Because we get so addicted with a world addicted to constant speed and reaction. We need that, all right? So you understand that a little bit better, and it's going to give you time so you don't become so overwhelmed, because you got this driven nature that you might not be even be aware of, all right? All right? So when life feels dull, you instinctively start looking for color and sensation. If not, because at your worst, you could be inspiring, right, to others, and at your worst, you get bored and easily withdraw when life starts feeling alive. So how to do that in between, all right? It's not a bad thing, because some people need to start it. You know how to get things going, all right? You need fun entertainment in your life. You work better in the spotlight. You represent the sun, abundance, radiance. You're a life giver, energy, strength, the heart, magnetism, vitality, joy. That's a bliss, You got your own beautiful personality, but when people tell you that you should be this way because, we get culturized, then we start looking at things. Because if you feel it, man, that's not really me, I got such an incredible heart. I really start looking at that. You got to really start looking, that's not really me, And then now you start feeling dissatisfied. You know that you got an incredible heart. So this is what I'm talking about when we look at the personality. When you look in the mirror, it's not really showing you who you truly are inside. It's what people perceive you as. And then you play that part, all right? It's not that I'm trying to get at you, Leo. So if you start feeling, man, that's not really who I am, all right? That's not who I am. But it's like, well, that's what they want me to be. So I'm going to give it to them, Use your energy and your creativity, all right? To grow, to create something different in your life. All right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to get at you. Okay? I love you guys so much. Let's go ahead. Here we go for Virgo. 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 Somebody could be fake flexing. All right? Acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, shows off. You know what? Because my son is a Virgo and he does this. Stop that. All right? It could be somebody. As soon as I see them, I thought about my son. But he's young. He's very, very young. Fake flexing, acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, shows off. All right. You might have a lot of money. You don't have to show it off. That's very dangerous, by the way. All right. Because we do it to impress people. All right. That's one thing that men are told. You got to have money, cars, success, or, to get, people. That's what gets moved the world. Money is a spiritual energy. All right. And it serves us as a tool to get to the things that we want to buy. Right. But if you don't really got it, don't flex it. Don't fake. You could fake, and what gives you courage so you could make it. It's not fake. It's being, until you get it. It's great. I could go into a whole nother world of this the next time we get this. So you could be somebody. Listen, a young lady came in here, which was a Virgo, and she said to me, and you could go on that live. Is this person real? Are they gonna really keep what they say? Are they gonna give me money? Right? Are they gonna give me money, or are they just saying that? All right, because it's like a friends with benefits, and I was like, I don't know. They could be that could be that. They could fake it. All right, they're gonna act like they got it. They're gonna show it off to get you until they don't really got it. So make sure this is okay. It could be something like that, but when I say that, all right, let's go ahead to Libra. Libra, hiding behind somebody's hiding behind the screen. All right. So today I can show the other word. Hiding behind screens. Words can still wound. I don't know. I don't want to. Okay. I'm gonna give Libra another one because it's going somewhere. Okay, Libra. Let's say that you're on social media. All right. Let's say that you're on social media, and Instagram, Facebook, and somebody posts something, or somebody has a video. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you at all, and you're gonna take it personally because words could still wound. All right. You might be a person that's probably watching, maybe not engaging. So please be mindful. If you're watching family or friends and they might post something, it's not about you. It's not about you. Or at worst, you could post a picture about you and they don't really like it. And it's going two ways. You look good. You got going on. Either you might get a lot of praise, yay, or you might not get no love. Could they be jealous? It's none of your business. It doesn't bother you. Why? Other people's judgment, the way they think about, I don't care. That's none of my business. So just when you're in social media and understand that it is from your perspective. If you post pictures, post it, right? That's it. And if they don't like it, so what? That don't mean that they don't like you. They just don't like the picture. They don't have time, or they just, maybe you look real good, or you maybe post a lot, or you don't post that much. All right? Remember that people could be jealous of the things that they don't have, or it could be you at the other end. All right? And so who cares? Other people's opinions, feelings of me, and judgment, I don't care about that. I'm going to post. I don't care if they like it or not. I mean, it's good to know that you're loved. So if you go on social media, don't do it. Listen, first of all, it's a job. All right? There's not that much in the world that I'm going to sit on. And I know because I did it. I did it for 10 years. I practically raised my son on Facebook. I'm going to put my information when I go back. You guys could go check me out there so you could see my life outside of here. All right? Outside of here, you get to know me a little bit more. And I'm very relatable. All right? I am growing more and more into my awareness, my beautiful, incredible gift. And we all have this incredible gift. So once I might go back today. I got to go say hi to a couple of people. Who cares? Yeah, I used to be very sensitive, And so I understand that. Who cares? I wasted because I got to grow friends and see no friends and yada, yada, yada. But it's not about you. Social media has created this platform where people go passive aggressive, when they dislike. If you have a problem, hey, what's going on? Not everything. No, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Oh, my God. And so I'm going to talk about passive aggressiveness and what does that mean? For those of you that understand what goes on in other people's mind, what they post, it has nothing to do with you. Post your stuff. Just, like I said, it's a job. So you make sure that you're getting paid there too. All right, that's what I'm saying. It's a job. All right, you post a picture, you look good. All right, that's it. It's okay. And if you don't look good, it's okay. All right. So let's go ahead to Scorpio. Scorpio, moving on, baby. Next. Thank you. Next. All right. That is that simple. I don't know what to make out of this. All right. Thank you. Next. Pisces usually get this energy a lot. Every Friday when I do they always get that. Could be you moving on from a Pisces, or Pisces moving on from you. Moving on. Let's go ahead to Sagittarius. I'm sorry for that little fart noise. That was a Sagittarius. Somebody will be kissing your ass. Expect some a kiss. Expect that today. You would expect that today, unless you're the one that's gonna go and bring the flowers. Baby, I'm sorry. All right. Sagittarius are known to bring flowers and do these beautiful gifts. They're very romantic. All right. Let me turn this around because there's some things that I cannot show. Capricorn. Capricorn caught in a 4K, saving receipts, facts over feelings, money. So there could be some money coming in, or maybe you borrowing from your 401k. All right. So there's money coming in. Make sure that you save your receipts, especially if you're going to work somewhere where there's money. All right. Like in a bank, or you doing, what is it called? Damn, I forgot the name of that word. Human resources or bank. Save your receipts. All right. When it comes to money, leave your feelings out of it. All right. One thing about Capricorn, they don't even worry about their feelings. All right. Their energy is all about, when it comes to money, they might be hesitant, but they're all about that success, baby. Being strategic, practicality, material side of things. So good luck with that. Should I put this up here? Yeah, screenshot. Take all your screenshots, save all receipts here. But there could be some money coming in or borrowing from your 401k. All right? It's like free money. You do got to pay it back, or make sure that you're not caught up in a case. Make sure that you have time to pay that money back. Let's go ahead to Aquarius. Aquarius, somebody wants you back, or you might want this person back. It's that simple. And that's today. All right? That's a lot of you are going to be like, oh, sweat. Or a lot of you probably want somebody back that you didn't know their worth. Okay? You could be desperate, or they could be desperate. Is it too little or too late? All right? Remember that you have Pluto. And that's all about social structures, and that's all about friendships, networking. And then you're in the house of friendships. And so you got to be careful with the friends that pull you in, because the friends could be like draining in the house of friends, and okay, it could be some kind of friendship as well. So be mindful of that. The friends that are oddballs, you might attract some of those friends, the wounded birds, the one that, so you really got to understand your energy. All right. Always caretake of others. And you understand? So we got Pluto there helping you change these ideas. But then also you have that there, Uranus is in Taurus, and new ways of approaching money and personal possessions. And then you got Venus in Capricorn, This all seeks predictability in relationships. This is caution in love. This is not losing my head in love. Let's go ahead to Pisces. Pisces, hustling and making it rain. Focus on the back. Money is the mission here, baby. All right? So most likely when I get that, I get the Hierophant. So let's see what energy you get just for the heck of it. Let's see what tarot card you get. I'll give one to the beginning and to the end. Let's see here. Hustling. One thing about the Hierophant, it's an energy because your income is constantly changing. And so when I get that card with Uranus and Taurus, new ways of approaching money, personal possession, personal comforts. Maybe you're going out to buy food, maybe something organic here. All right, a lot of times I get the hustling that goes into, Making money the honest way, all right? This is a very traditional card. Let's see here. Making it rain, focus on the back, or the Ten of Pentacles. Whichever comes out. Here we go, one more. Thank you. Can dogs smile, you people? Can they smile, my beautiful familia? La familia. Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. You didn't get the, all right? So this is reaping your harvest, trusting the seeds that you're planting. So the flow, the money's coming in, right? Slowly but surely. So don't worry about that. If you've been worrying about money, all right, we didn't get the 5. I thought a lot of times I get the 5. Nope. Nope. Everything should be fair. All right. Balance, fair. So be careful with balancing your money, balancing your checkbook here. One thing about the Pentacles, right? I want to be able to explain this. A lot of people, Pentacles, well, you understand this, the Tetragrammaton. So I'm going to talk about the Tetragrammaton as well. All right, especially for the students, the ones that want to know. All right, the ones that don't, I'm not going to be, you will have to go watch those videos. I'm just going to go ahead and go with the energy. When I do the lives, when I talk about, I'm going to bring, everybody get a file. All right, in that file, I'm going to have everybody's energy because everybody's different. So the students that want to know, I'm going to be doing those lives. I'm not going to be explaining nothing. Some people just, I want to know what the hell happened. I know. I used to be like, I want to know what happened. I want to know right now. So I get it. All right. So I'm going to explain this card a little bit. And the trust in the seeds that you're planting, divine timing is everything. The sower, the planter and the seed, the sower and the seed. All right. And so I'm going to be doing those live. Everything mostly live. If I do record videos, it's just not enough time. I just can't. I hope that I can't. It's too much, right? I can't. I'm trying to condense it, but it's just no. But anyway, so back in. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna explain this card. All right, and trust in the seeds that you're planting. The farmer that sows the seeds. Back in the days, not only the Tetragrammaton, but also the talents, you guys, you got to understand the talents. But then this is investing on what's giving me energy. Because after you go from the 5, right, if change is constant in your world, you got to keep reinventing yourself. If you're stuck in this karmic cycle, or because you got between Saturn, it's beautiful. When the hell am I gonna get my money, right? You got Saturn and you got Jupiter, and Jupiter right now is in Cancer. And how do I attract good fortune? All right? Through being sympathetic and charitable, using your power to save and accumulate. Okay? Not only for yourself and come for others, but then real estate, the food industry, all right, which is here. All right? Doing something different, maybe doing something medicinal plants, and then pursuing your goals and achieving business here, security, relying primarily on your instincts. You got good instincts there. You not only see Pisces is different because Pisces, the instincts is more for a Leo, which is the opposite. It's the same energy, and so Pisces go more with their intuition, which is a flow, where Leo is more of a gutsy kind of. It's a strong life force. It's different, the energies of fire, and it's a burning, but the fire burning, like the water together. It's freaking amazing, the things that'll blow your mind, how that fire stays in the water. So it's incredible here. But anyway, I'll be right back, and then I'm going to talk a little about back talents, what they are, what this means, just a little bit. I always have to share something before we move forward. And we had Sasiskala. Hey, Sasiskala, how you doing? No contact reunion possible, or no Sasiskala, and Roby Rayi unblocked me. See, how old are you? What are you, 15? Unblock me? Anyway, I used to block people back, so let me stop. You could be in your 30s. I still see that. Hey, Miss Chelsea Howell. Yes, yes, yes. I'll be talking about talents a little bit, and I always like to share a little bit here so you can know what you're watching when you're watching me, and how not to put me in the category of other people. One of the things that I could take, that I ask permission. Permission is very important when you do tarot, and before I come in, before I come into the stadium, to this medium. I ask permission, and we forget to ask permission and to give thanks. And so that's one of the most important things to do. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. Let's go ahead. All right. This is why when people come in, hey, don't come in like that. All right, coming in. This is why we have those. Right when they put the restrictions. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Getting some oxygen. All right. Yes. Hey, Chelsea. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that seed in the sower and finding your true divinity, because it speaks about you finding your divinity. But we're going to talk about a unit of money. When we see that pentagram, and I'm going to be talking about this for the people that want to know the unit of measure of currency, uh, like the shekel, a talaton. All right. So when we look at the parables, and this is not going into any kind of religion, I'm just gonna so you can really understand the seeds and your divinity. If you have a hard time accessing your divinity, because this is what represents the pentacle. You know, we got the tetragrammaton, but then we have the spirit, and then we have water, fire, air, and earth, cleaning our genetic memory. But let me just go quickly, simply, because I don't want to give too much away, because I do have to go. But when we look at a unit of measure of currency, like a shekel, right? Because back in a lot of us has talents, all right, and talents, right? They were like this money based on the ability, all right. So the balance is about the money and prosperity, all right. So when we look at this energy, all right, so one man, if we look at Matthew 25:14, a unit of money was considered a talent based on their ability. So there's abilities that are there. All right. So when you look at that energy, all right. So one talent, 5 talents was given to one man, 2 talents to another man, and then 1 talent to the other man based on their abilities. All right. So these are, so when you look at it from you, I want you to understand things and have a broader perspective. So the money was given based on the ability. 1 to one man, 2 talents to another, and then 5. Wait, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So 1 to one person, 2 to another, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To the other man. All right. So you got to understand this energy. All right. When Jesus, Yeshua illustrates on this parable is the third man, he buried it in the ground. All right, the other man, he invested and put it in the bank to gain interest. And then the other man, he bought and sell. He bought low and he sold high. All right, so when you see this here, Pisces and anybody that understands this energy, money back in those days in ancient culture in Jesus' time, they were given, all right, based on their abilities. The third man, all right, he buried it in the ground on the earth in the human hearts. All right, so to really understand, I want to talk a little bit more about this is during the Bronze Age. All right, and then when we look at the balances that you see on the 6 of Wands, those were weights, fragments. All right, and they served as money as well. All right, so when you get that energy to understand the oil, the Holy Spirit, you know, what to do, you know, but not to do the buy the shekels or the dinero, and the earth energy. But when we're looking at our spirituality, we look if your divinity is too hard to find. There's some things, there's some clues that you left yourself and where to find it. So there are clues, they're giving you clues here. All right, where to find your divinity, how to cleanse your memory, because we have 5, but only 4 needs cleansing. All right, so this is really, really deep here. So what do? Do you invest your money and gain interest? All right. Do you bury it in the ground? Because the third one, bury it in the ground, and that represents the heart, the human heart. So meaning that you take your money and you use it 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 and you use it. You buy, you eat food. Like you don't have time to invest here. This is why, so let things catch interest, or do you buy things and you buy things, right? You buy it at low price and you sell high here. So what do you do here? All right. So only 3 things can be done. All right. So only 3 things can be done here. Buy and sell, put it in the bank, or put it back into your heart. All right. So the bottom line is what I'm trying to make here. Use money, don't love it. Okay? And with that being said, all right? And we always hustling anyway. I hope that helps somebody that really understanding the farmer and the seed and sowing the seeds. Do we, one of the way is to understand is to be charitable with our money, all right? And not to give everything away. Don't give money away that you don't have. All right. Don't give money to make yourself look good. I know you always try to help somebody. When you have money, try to invest it. All right. A lot of times we give money or we go to social media. We take pictures and they'll be like, man, I'm broke. Always try to impress people. All right. And this sometimes leaves us broke. We make really, really bad decisions. So we now starting to understand and trying to save. All right, trying to take a different approach. Try to be more disciplined with your money. Okay, it's very important. You know why? Because there's things that you want to do when it comes to your spiritual. You want to buy things. You want to create that little zen, that little place for yourself. All right, where you could go and connect and commune to the divine. All right? And that's investing in your future. So you do your future self a favor. If you're trying to grow and to be more spiritual, there's things that we need. So it's very important to take care of your money, to be more disciplined. Don't do things just to try to impress other people. All right? Don't buy things. Don't live outside your means. I always try to donate, be charitable, but knowing how to have some self-control. All right? And so that's one of the most important things I want to leave you with as we close this out. All right? And this is when we get the 6 of Pentacles. Don't be too proud. You know, we always gonna be at the end. Either we could be the one that are that need the help, and we too prideful to ask. You know, and that could goes into being egotistical. You know, don't be too proud to ask for help. If you need it, ask for help. And if you don't want to ask for help, you can set affirmations to get that flow going, okay? Regardless of what energies you're surrounded with, because this is when you're trusting in your true nature, your spirit, okay? It has some requirements, of course. And so you need to learn how to move your energy freely, how to let this energy flow without being scared. Am I going to be successful? Having faith and releasing that faith, all right? Building confidence, believing in yourself, having the courage, vision without courage, and then faith without no power has no works. So understanding that here is very important for the new year. You're going to have to learn how to apply yourself, put effort into it. The work is you just going in and praying and believing and communing and understanding that God is not only in you, he's outside of you, just like your archangels, your ancestors, right? And it's part of this beautiful illuminous intelligence, whole, this consciousness, and it's your brain moving this consciousness, but you have to learn how to put in the work, all right? And it's not work, it's alignment. It's finding the freedom and knowing that you did everything and having faith and trusting and believing before it's happened. That it's not the structures of the past. You're not building there. And it's not the possibilities of the future. It is happening now. So learn how to affirm some things. It's very important. And become a little more disciplined with your money and your time. I mean, if anything, I ask for more time, right? There are some things that you want to do and you haven't done them yet. And then now this is a time where you get to really step back and really, where are you investing your energy? Who's investing in your happiness? Remember, your emotions and your finances, they are tied together. So don't make yourself feel like you're trapped. Face the pain of your financial situation, you know, and really, really look at it, especially in this new year. All right, start planning ahead. Start saving for a rainy day. All right, remember that you owe that to yourself. Nobody owes you anything. If you have made mistakes, it's not failure, it's you learning. All right. If you thinking about financial success, why are you hesitant? All right, do the practical and have a more pragmatic approach. Be deliberate, be intentional with all you do. But then how do I get there? That's the problem that we're having. All right. So, one, okay, stop engagement where growth is no longer possible. Okay? That's it. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I thank you guys so much for joining me live. It is 7:07. I'll see you guys go in the next live. And stay away from people that always start drama. This is for the collective. Stirs the pot, always in the middle, love chaos. All right? And so be mindful of that for the new year. You know, our enemies are staring us right in the face. And why? Because they're here to teach us something. You're here to teach them something, either how strong or how weak you are. And then we have to work through those strengths and weaknesses, okay? Remember that we all are addicted to speed, constant reaction. We got to fight each other, you know, instead of helping each other out, facing our disagreements, being more peaceful, right? The ability to settle our differences, especially this new year. Be more fun, be more entertaining. Don't stay stuck on dogma or mechanical like a robot. You're not a robot, not yet anyway. All right. Seek support. Talk to trusted friends, family. You know, share your experiences. That could be incredibly helpful for you that are going through any kind of heartbreak, some kind of betrayal. Make sure that you're not part of the drama. All right. Look at yourself too. Don't be like, oh, it's just dumb. Always you. Always look at yourself. Okay. And then write the things down. All right. And so when they come for you or they say anything to you, well, these are the things that I got here and these are the things I need to work through. Right. It's just admitting, you know, a lot of times we throw in the towel. It's walking away, you know, it's walking away and doing yourself a favor, admitting when I hit a wall, you know, stop trying to do something, especially after repeated attempts, you know, and when you have this persistent failure, all right, understand, realize, you know, when your effort is no longer worth the while or effective, and we start seeing those things, we got to start changing, but we have to learn how to admit that to ourselves, you know. Our driven life force, this incredible optimism, am very optimistic because I see it here all the time. We need to learn how to be at peace with that. We have to say, you know what, I'm gonna mourn the potential that I see in this relationship. That is the one that we got to mourn. And I see it over and over again. So consider for professional help if you could afford it. And another reason why we should save money, because we need professional help. Sometimes we can afford it. All right. Think about those things. People that could provide guidance, support, right? Even if you go to a church, you give there, you give money, you get your divination, you around people that are uplifting, high vibrational support. But when you leave leave there, and you're not feeling good, and you still feel empty, you still feel like, man, am I investing? What is it bringing to me? Is it bringing me peace? How long does it last? All right. So as you move forward, grieve the hope, not the person. Remember, people are still gonna do what they're gonna do. All right. Find out the things that are hardest to release, right? And so for me, allow yourself to grieve is so that you could stop, the version that you could imagine. Because you imagine this version of who you think they should be, all right? And so make sure that you clean that, you heal that. And so start using things that is going to help you, to uplift you and to help you become the best version of yourself, all right? And remember that silence is a complete sentence. Walking away is not failure, it's discernment. So use your discernment and learn how to have a level of surrender that doesn't require you not to engage with life, because you're going to have a lot of action in other areas of your life, right? Surrender to the divine order, and to not trying to force things to flow freely with the energy while you have a lot of action in other areas of your life. Trust and release. That creates space for alignment. All right? I love you guys so much. And disengage by choice, not loss. All right? It's not a loss. You don't lose love. You lose drain. Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys. See you guys in the next live. Bye-bye.